I completely reworked my audio setup and my video setup, so hopefully it's a lot better than last time. I have no idea how I fucked up the audio that bad. So, I recently wanted to test my microphone and do a commentary video, which is ironic because the video I uploaded, you couldn't actually hear anything on my microphone because I somehow recorded it where the game audio was like what it sounds like when you're working in an active power plant, but my microphone sounded like I was whispering, even though half of the video I was like really loud and angry. It was kind of hilarious because that piece of garbage that is probably one of the worst videos I ever released and uploaded um, got so many views that it became the most popular video on my channel. So it's like, what's the point in putting actual work in your videos if the worst ones will do the best? I uploaded that video and everyone basically said,
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard. At no point in your rambling, incoherent response were you even close to anything that could be considered a rational thought. Everyone in this room is now dumber for having listened to it. I award you no points, and may God have mercy on your soul.
Okay, a simple wrong would have done just fine, but
a lot of the things I said in there was based off of another free-to-play game I played a lot recently. Well, I say recently. I've been playing that game for like almost 7 years now. But it was compared to World of Warships, which, if you haven't heard anything about World of Warships, I'd highly recommend looking up Flamu's Puerto Rico disaster. That'll give you a good idea on how bad they were at monetization and basically lying to the player base and insulting to their faces that you could technically acquire the ship for free, but you'd have to have like 18 hours a day to do it and get all the missions done. So you could technically get it for free, but you'd have to have literally no life and not be able to sleep at night. Uh, Harder to play, easier to play, similar to this game. The only similarity this game and World of Warships has is they both have a shop. They're both free to play. That's it. These two are completely different games, but that's the only game I have to compare it to because it's the only game that's relatively similar that I've played. Which, I've played that game quite a lot. I played that game so much that it became an actual problem because now it's like, well, now that I'm addicted to it, it's like I have a hard time finding new games that I'm actually gonna enjoy playing for more than like a couple days, maybe a week at most. But this one has seemed to have done it. I've started playing it more and more to the point where I've barely even touched World of Warships. I just log into it to get my daily rewards, and that's about it. So I guess it already got what it wanted, was me to start putting hours into the game. Which, it is a fun game. I have no... Well, there are a couple issues I've experienced. First of all, I don't know if it'll do it, but sometimes it has this weird camera glitch where it like wants to spin a certain direction, and no matter what I do, if I tab out, tab back in, try and move it, it'll keep doing that for like a solid minute, and then randomly it'll just stop. And I know it's not my mouse because literally every other game I play never had that issue. You'll melee at a certain target, but it won't hit it for whatever reason. Sometimes I'm on a curb and the enemy is down on the street but I can't actually hit the enemy until I go down to the street with him. It is very bizarre. And also, melee and small entities like spiders is incredibly difficult unless you have a weapon that its lawn attack, powerful attack, goes straight down. Because if you don't have one of those, you can't actually melee them very easily without taking a bunch of damage. It just feels wrong to melee because it just doesn't feel like it does what it's supposed to. And then half the time the melee doesn't register. And then another thing I noticed was the battle pass after you max it out. From what it looks like, I'm not sure if it's true, but if you look at it, it looks like you need the premium battle pass to where after you max it out, you start getting these gift packs. I'm not sure because I already had the premium version of the battle pass when I maxed it out, but it looks like you have to pay to get that, and then you get resources from these gift packs. So, assuming you have to pay to unlock this, which I'm not 100% sure you have to do, you get resources that you paid for. Minecraft, if you don't want to see what the new update entails, you can still use that old world and just play around in your old world on your old version, and you don't have to go to the new version. But I guess that is the point of Minecraft, is you can keep your progress. This game, you have no option to keep your progress, because it is going to reset whether you like it or not. It is very demotivating for me to play personally. I know it isn't going to be the same for everyone, but for me personally, it is very demotivating to play when your account progress is going away after a certain amount of time. Like, I want to max this out to where I do the maximum amount of damage possible. After I max this gun out, I can go and start trying to do hard modes. I could go try to do dungeons. I can just try to do things. I just max calibrate everything and start trying to do everything. But I just really don't want to do that because then my progress is gonna wipe eventually, and then I'm back to where I started. It's just very demotivating because what's the point of getting all of this progress if it's just going away in a couple of weeks?
Did I ever tell you what the definition of insanity is? Insanity is doing the exact same fucking thing over and over again, expecting shit to change.